All right. Woo. Good morning, fire breathers. A little bit of a funky angle today. So just because keeping in mind, right, what we did yesterday, great job on Murph for everyone that did it. So again, you know, when I program everything out, I take into consideration how we're feeling, what got work the day before, this, that, and the other. So that's why everybody kind of has shorter workouts today. And while we can't completely not use our legs, you know, kind of putting the emphasis on other body parts today after our 300 air squats and 2-mile run yesterday. So starting with the home track 2019 05 28 body weight. You guys have an AMRAP. You're starting with bear crawls. Please note the distance on that. If you need to guesstimate, just do that to the best of your ability. You know, using the measurements that you know of the rooms in your house or your basement, your garage, your driveway. For your bear crawl, your main points of performance are just keeping your hips up above your shoulders as you crawl. So your butt's high up in the air. Don't necessarily need to worry about keeping your legs straight or your arms straight, but obviously the more locked out you can be, the more you'll distribute your weight among your 4 limbs and make it easier. Make sure I don't hit that barbell. So you can start at standing. Wider legs kind of makes it a little bit easier, shortens your range of motion. Reach down to the ground, keeping those hips up, and you're gonna walk. All right. You can go as fast as you can, as slow as you need to go for this. And then glute slide outs, and it's total. So it's an odd number, but you're going to be making it through more than 1 round. So just, it'll even out as you do them. For these, you're going to lay flat on the ground. Feet underneath your knees, as close to your butt as possible. Arms can be straight down by your side. You're going to glute bridge up, and then you're going to hold this high glute bridge position as you slide one heel straight out, not down necessarily, and then in, and that's 1. Slide out, 2, 3. Now, to make it an actual slide, you can use something like a fitness disc. So I know last year in one of our Barbella boxes, we got tag-along sliding discs, and they make and sell exercise discs. You can pick them up at like a Target or Dick's Sporting Goods. You can use a paper plate. You can use old plastic plates that you want, the smaller ones obviously, that you can kind of slide. You can use small washcloths on like a hardwood or a tile floor to make it an actual slide and make it a little bit easier. If you don't want to or can't use an object like that, you can do what I just did, just making sure to keep that heel along the ground, making it as smooth as possible on your own. Butterfly sit-ups. Butterfly sit-ups are with your knees open out to the side. So your feet can be as close or as far as you are flexible. And then with our sit-up standard, from there, it's the same. So you'll start here, right, obviously. Shoulders back, down, hit the ground. You can use your arms for momentum. And don't let your feet come up like that. Pull yourself up, reach past your toes. So your shoulders are coming over your hips up top. And then you have lying toes to hands. So that's where you're here on the ground. You're going to grab a stable object, most likely a couch that isn't going to slide, a chair, an ottoman. You can grab a door frame. Arms are going to be straight out overhead. You're going to pull your knees into your chest, and you're going to try to flick your toes as close to your hands as possible. So, like so. straight, and up straight. So starting straight like this, toes to your hands, and straight back down. You want to come to full extension and a nice long line at the bottom here in between reps, because we're trying to fully lengthen our torso before we do a full crunch. Now, if you don't have the flexibility or the core strength, because it is a big deep core strength for this to get those toes all the way to your hands, that's fine. Just go as low as you can. So for some of us, that'll just be here. For some of us, that might even be here, and we're not going to make contact. That's okay. I want you to just push yourself a little bit deeper, a little bit further than you have been. Remember, you can do your warm up as a cool down. So home, have fun. Gym. You guys have, I believe it was a shoulder warm up. I covered that, I want to say last week extensively in one of the videos. And then you've got heavy split jerks. You're only doing 3 sets, so it's 3 heavy singles. They're working sets, so make those count. And then you've got a AMRAP, no fun name for this one today, just the date, 2019-05-28, 15 minutes. You've got double unders, power cleans, and deadlifts. Your deadlift weight is your power clean weight. So, again, it's, come on the other side of my bar. It's with light weights where we actually kind of tend to hurt ourselves, especially in a Metcon. So as you're deadlifting, as you're doing these power cleans, make sure that you're not hyperextending. You're tucking that pelvis, pulling your ribs down to your pelvis, keeping that back nice and secure, straight, by pulling that belly button in towards your spine the entire time, whether or not you're wearing a belt. I love belts. I love wrist straps. I love knee sleeves. I love all the CrossFit jewelry. But a belt does not replace you keeping your core tight. That's not what it's there for. So even if you're wearing a belt for this, if you feel the need to do so, make sure you are still strengthening, tightening that core as you're lifting. A belt does not replace that. Your score for that is rounds and reps. So that's that. If you can't do double unders, you can do 2 times the amount of single unders for this one. That's fine. Then you've got this is why I wanted to talk to you guys about this one specifically today. Your third task, you've got rowing and handstand push-ups. For your first 3 rounds on your handstand push-ups, they are strict. For your last 2 rounds, they can be kipping, but they should be at a deficit. So the way you're scoring this is the total amount of handstand push-up reps that you get across the 5 rounds, with the caveat being, right, that you're doing your first 3 rounds strict, your last 2 rounds deficits. Leave in your notes how many handstand push-ups you got in each round, and then for rounds 4 and 5 where you're doing deficit, note what kind of deficit you did. So, you know, say you did parallel bars, or you stacked 245s with a black ab mat. You can guesstimate the inches, or if you want to go ahead and measure and be like, it was a 4-inch deficit, it was a 1-inch deficit. That's perfectly fine. So let's talk about scaling options for that. So say you are still working to building up the strength to do a strict handstand push-up. What you can do for that is a pike push-up off of a bench or a box, where you're in this pushing position, but your feet are up on an object with your hips up over your head. Like so. Ooh, that's my plate sliding. Okay, so that's one scaling option. Another scaling option, if you can't get upside down like that, or if that is still difficult for you to do, you can do, I actually don't know what the name for these are, and I'm gonna pull my camera up a little bit. Okay. You can set yourself up with dumbbells or with a barbell, your choice, whatever is easiest. From the rig is going to be easier, but again, if it's a light enough weight and you want to kind of power clean it up and go from there, you can. But to build that strict pushing strength, you can start with the barbell, press your bar up, woo, without falling over. Everything nice and tight here. You're going to lower that bar to about eyeball level and then press it back up. Okay, so from the side, without me hitting anything. Am I gonna hit that? No, okay. So you start here, eyeball level, and press. Eyeball level, and press. That develops that top pressing position for your handstand push-up. And if you are unable to do deficit kipping handstand push-ups, your next option is you can do ankle weights. So I know it seems like it's not really that much of a difference, but a lot of times what keeps us from being able to kip out of a deficit handstand push-up is our hip power to kick up. And you can develop that even just with 1 or 2 pound ankle weights, figuring out how to, now you have that extra weight on your legs, how do I make that kip bigger to help give myself more momentum to drive up out of the bottom of that handstand push-up. So that's that, and then you have the grunt work again. Today, if you have time or if you're strongman focused and you kind of want to just get your work capacity up, you've got D-ball cleans, a D-ball carry, sled push, and a sled drag. If you are at a facility that doesn't have a D-ball or a heavy sandbag, you can just use a barbell, do squat cleans, and do a front rack barbell carry for the distance. And then most places should have a sled implement for you. If not, but you're still looking to get that work done, let me know and I can give you something to sub that in for. So that's that. The computer was updating this morning, but I should be getting into the website later to go ahead and make the free month option available to you guys, and I will be modifying, so any current members, I'll be modifying your payment plan for the next month to make sure that you get the free month as well. And then for any new members that are interested in signing up, I will be making posts about it, but as soon as that is live, I will let you guys know. So just keep checking out the website to stay updated on that. Any other questions, comments, concerns, you guys let me know. And thank you for watching and listening. Hope you found something in here helpful to assist you in your fitness journey and your training. So hopefully I'm looking at the camera. Chakars.